Okay. Let's see. K-Corp against Sentinels. Start off with the split. Sentinels on attack, K-Corp on defense.
Very good map for both of these teams.
Ike as well. Ike Gaming, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the whole year, dude. With the tier 3 as well. A whole year with the tier 3. Turo as well. Thank you very much, bro.
Maybe we might see that being picked apart.
Casey looking to see if there's any aggression at mid here. Sentinels, you can see just from their
the Cloud Battle on Twitter, bro. Both of these teams just have such an insane following.
Did not buy the blast packs. Go for the boom bot instead. Full utility on the sky. Looking to try and play a more default.
Nice at the moment. Pressure create over towards middle. Pressure over towards A heaven. Adai goes in. So they kind of think they cleared some of middle. They tried to get a kill in the smoke, basically.
With the bullets, no casualties. It is so slow going.
I was taking a look at Magnum and Martine, who were thinking about getting information over towards B heaven, but they didn't actually.
All people here, they want to create the question mark over towards heaven and then go back and split A. Yeah, with this should be nice. When do they? Yeah, that's the cue. That's the key for them to get out of there. And as we can see right now, 5 people over towards here. That's a lot. He might even save his nade after seeing so many. Yeah, he saves his nade after seeing so many. This guy should be huge. They got double flash, they got nades, they got omen flash. They managed to save a lot of util. I know they're up against numbers, but they have a lot of util. It's going to be interesting. A-Corp have a lot as well.
Playing so well around
Plant for heaven.
Understanding what their opponents want to do.
Absolutely, make the same argument for Carmen Core.
Omen flash goes in, swing. Oh yeah, and then we can nade off it as well. Oh, nade gets stuck.
Unfortunate there, gets stuck into the wall. So no rebound for Zek, and the rest of now Carmen Core willing to just try and take the fight straight through into elbow. It's going to be some ground.
Yeah, nicely handled from them. This is really cool in the after plant as well. Very, very good. And I just got to shout out them in terms of, I mean, I love just how methodical this was as well. Just take over towards A heaven, late take over towards middle. When you take A heaven, you kind of means that they can't really hold on to vents, so they got to get out of there. And then the good thing that I enjoyed was just the fact of how much util they saved, and they had good crossfires the whole time.
And the retakers are going to end up flooding often around that heaven area. And SEN are so good at anticipating what their opponents want to do and stopping them. Yeah. You see how they...
Even the death wasn't too bad at the beginning, to be honest. The fact that he got so much info. In terms of K-Corp, full eco on this one. They got some util, that's about it. They take over towards B main. Sentinels. Dude, I reckon both of these teams are just going to be doing the same thing where they prioritize over towards A heaven.
Casey stacking 4 players over towards B main, hoping that things were going to come into them. And instead, Sentinels getting a very easy...
Who's getting the plant? Okay.
There was a lot of talk, Brennan, in Americas after Sentinels went on their fantastic run about whether this version of them playing split was just the best in the world. And for me personally, it looks awesome, but you have to see it tested at an event like this.
Oh, I think it's the best in the world, to be honest.
But teams like KC, for example, before you can make claims like that.
This might be one of the biggest tests they've ever had. Carmen Core, still danger here, even though they are on an eco round. You never want to count this team out, especially with how drilled they are. Look at them playing together, piece together, but so are Sentinels, always side by side, not leaving any gaps, nothing to chance. So it will be nice and easy sailed round.
The 2 rebuys of armor so far. Seconds kind of getting close to his ult. So Sassy halfway. Ends also, I guess.
We get an absolute treat, don't we? Narrate versus Zekken on the razors with that head-to-head.
Right, not bad at all. Only 2 armor rebuys.
What a head-to-head. That really is spectacular. And Tenz has moved off the Yoru on bind, just unfortunately exactly aligned with when he could have gone.
Best split ever? Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to think of a split that has been better than this. Maybe like... The thing is, you can't... The only other split that was like super dominant was like Ascend back in the day had a pretty good one when it was like the Cypher Omen, but that was so long ago that I don't know if we can even include that, but it was good.
That was advice he gave me in Korea. He was like, if you're losing your rank games, just force
K-Corp split.
We'll see how
Okay,
it works for
yes,
him.
okay.
Getting in their faces. It was definitely working out the other day in their match versus
Why do I read chat sometimes?
Heretics. Trailblazer straight in the middle, up the gut, through the side. Prowler knifed. Second, he's set up for success and even more.
It's my kind of play on this one. Fast over towards heaven, and they pinch over towards middle, but we are saving this trip, and if he gets one, he might get another. Oh. Okay, while that was going on, someone got a kill over towards site and B main, and I think Tamazi got one there, so managed to keep the man advantage whole time. Good plant in terms of the after plant as well. And Zelsis has a molly.
This one way that Shin's looking to pop, very difficult for the post planners to deal with. Celsius goes for a peek early on, trying to play Zekken in.
It's a bit of that information, yet close to Raptors, close to the corner, Narrate, plucks him out. Now brings it to the 2v2 with an aid rebounding. Did they know? Did he expect it towards new box? Half clearance.
Oh, he didn't swing? Oh! Yeah, Sassy didn't swing.
That is nasty. Nasty business,
I thought Sassy would have committed here. Done from Shin. Good damage. Ooh, 2v3. I don't think Sentinel should have lost that.
A very expensive bonus round. Look at the economical difference.
Oiko, thank you so much.
So much more money to be able to work with. KC on the verge of not even being able to buy in this round.
Why do we not swing?
Awareness though, really well cleared. All of these different angles. Very fast from Shin.
You gotta swing that.
Two final players to trade Narrate too. So it's a big round, and Magnum gets on his feet early.
Especially if he didn't play that good after plan.
Like I said, the economy's in a really rough spot right now for KC. They're coming into this next round with 2 Bulldogs and a Stinger.
Money is odd.
The nade, it wouldn't. I mean, he would have been fine, right? He wouldn't have done enough damage.
Just to back out in case it's necessary. Sentinels opting for a much slower beginning. A bit of spam exchanged. Led Halen down on either side.
KC's retakes have been fantastic. Both of these teams look amazing on the split retakes. But Sentinels will try and force the fights before that's even a possibility.
Flash. Chance of
Yeah, big round in terms of damage. He's just farming the fast kills already. Look at the damage done as well. We gotta... I mean, it's easier for me to just... I mean, literally no one can buy next round if they lose.
Off the charts.
This can be a buy, these two.
Sent out the paranoia, but now backs away.
Marzi has to somehow...
Giving up heaven control, gives up B as a result, but maybe...
I mean, sure, they wanna retake before when they had the man disadvantage, so maybe we're gonna get the same plant over towards heaven. There is no smoke heaven at the moment.
Minor bruises, basically. It's gonna be that plant down now with 5 players up and kicking. Martin holding that flash out wide. Magnum not expecting it, not anticipating.
Dude, he's insane right now. 7-1. Yeah, and that's too much on this one in terms of the money. They got to just save it. It's such a sick round for them to win. It's such a sick round for them to win. I'm not even sure they want to hunt too heavy here.
4v5 round wins against FPX because FPX would, I mean, to be kind to them, throw it away. And SEN are just not going to do that. If they get up early, they have the discipline and the player strength to be able to close this out. They've been working on that since October. Both of these teams.
Good news is for K-Corp, obviously, that they saved the 3, but it just means that they have to start doing damage to this. Like, this next round is really, really big, and we got to check out what we're going to be buying on top of it. 1-9 to the people that did die.
He knifed one of the Prowlers, got through, and managed to get a kill with the judge. And then this time,
just run straight past him.
Narrate thinks there that the Prowler's got a tag onto somebody, I think, or at least he's putting pressure on someone and giving him space to be able to swing. That is not the case. Zekken was so ready for that. He's 7-1 on attack side split right now.
Dominating. Much like last night as well. I mean, Sentinels, talk about this team.
Could definitely be using this Razor into this one to keep this one clean. Seen a good mix-up already from Sentinels in terms of they handled all of these rounds. K-Corp going for deep pressure the whole time with their smokes as well. Kind of works with better with Astra. There's no like gap either side of this.
And most of this pressure has been coming through mid.
The dog over towards middle, kind of get some info in terms of who's playing over towards here, and then with that, they can probably just send it. It was a great Omen flash.
Good to send that one out, yeah. Actually fantastic, but still close.
Yeah, and they have... Oh, what the... What the... Dude, he gets a kill with the nade as well. That's insane, bro. He's 10-1 at the moment.
Snipes Martin up there.
That's
I
mad.
believe it was with the showstopper, and then also gets a nade kill too.
Yeah, he gets the nade kill on this guy who was taking the duel as well. That's so funny.
Easy as it goes, isn't it? Look at that. They can pick and choose the targets.
A really insane start at the moment.
Ult next, Sassy. Okay, you're up. Keep the war machine chugging.
And that's the big thing, right? Once
The
you
ults
start to get
yesterday,
back
oh
to
bro, he
like
got a
this,
double
this
kill in the
was
same,
only
he got
a bit of an
a double
anti-eco
team
map.
kill in the same
Casey
game.
still
It's
had
so funny.
3
That one at,
rifles, if you want to call the Bulldog a rifle as
was it
well.
11-11?
But
Or was it like
it wasn't a full
11-10?
buy for that.
The one on B
They
site,
used a
man,
big
I was
ultimate,
worried when
but
that
they managed to
happened.
get another one
The
on live.
2v3,
So this ult
holy.
cycle is now going to start to push forwards, and things only
It
get
was
more difficult
11-11.
trying to hold
Oh
for
man,
second
it was
when he has the
insane.
Zekas to
It
be
was
able
so
to put you down
insane.
too.
I was so nervous.
And this is all before we get to see SEN playing on the defense side, where I think they've also looked spectacular. In fact, might have looked better if you were thinking about how you weigh up their
It was
attack versus
Heretics' game to
defense
lose?
split.
Nah, see, I think Heretics did good to get it as close as they did on Bind, to be honest. I think their adjustment to the Gecko early on was really good, and I think the way that they managed to get over towards B site was really good as well. I think they did a good job to get it to that point. Ah, there's a nice nade in the end.
Now you're going to see, hopefully, a bit better weaponry. I mean, it's half armor, a couple of rifles, still the Bulldog kept.
Anthony's joking with it. Okay.
Of course, we can see this.
Yeah, and another
I put the
opportunity
sound
for
slightly up for you.
Sentinels to mix some
Not too
stuff
much,
up.
though.
Zekken, by the way, still 10-1. Still yet to be punished more than one time. He's dominating.
Absolutely frying.
And this looks like once more
Dude,
the
look
pressure's
at the
gonna come
money.
towards
What
mid.
the hell? And this
Martin,
is the pause that wrecked
Magnum have been trying to get
Fnatic on like a
aggressive in this
few
area.
important rounds.
They just haven't
I
found
say a
the
few. I think it was only
opportunities.
once, right? But they kind of, but when you're not playing against the Yoru, and especially when they don't smoke over towards middle, sometimes you're not gonna be checking that one.
I think Martin is just looking to catch.
I think it was like the Sky Dog didn't check it or something. That was like such an important round.
Position himself into an unusual spot.
Really close Trailblazer. Uses the close corner. Martin wasn't stand up there actually.
Dude, I was gonna
Catch him,
say,
but still
does
the
he not
trace
have
there.
his
Martin
TP
not
to get
have
out of
his
there?
dash, I'm not too sure.
But he did a lot of damage too to Sassy. So there has still been damage done there, even though it was a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, I like this. This is going to be interesting though, because Spike still has to get over towards site and they're going to go heaven, but they can also check with the camera here. So a lot of this is... Do they check the camera before they peek?
I'm going to be aware of the ramp players though. Seekers.
Oh, Seekers, I mean, Seekers double goes heaven.
Spam down and spray down, so Narrate gets both of them.
Are they aware at how deep John and Tens are?
It seems like it.
Seems like they are, but is it like, is he actually aware for it? Yeah, it's one of those where he's like looking, but he's not fully... You get what I mean? You're not fully prepped for it. Not fully expecting it. Hens is a lunatic, man. He was so confident that that flash hit, he actually just kind of ran at him.
Absolute dismantling so far.
Yeah, that was sick.
In terms of the entry in
He was
terms of the
so
wordplay there
confident
too.
that it hit.
It looked like Narrate had it. His crosshairs in the right place, but I don't think he anticipated the timing being that quick. And this puts an
I just don't
enormous
think
burden onto
thought
Magnum
anyone was
and
going to
Tomasz.
swing him. I thought he was just so fine.
Running away.
Ooh, and this forces them down to an eco. Rough start. Yeah, and that flash dismissed the mark.
Holds it down, but as the instantaneous trade, Thomas, he does not expect that position. So it's 5-1.
Grand from tens.
Sentinels really looking like just the mid-round calling. The ideas initially off the rip, even when KC seemed to get that minor advantage with the first kill.
He was spraying randomly, so you reckon he knew that he got hit by the... Oh yeah, you might be right.
Crushing them right now in every department. These are the kind of banger matchups that when one team just... When you haven't had the opportunity to experience how the two clash and collide, you don't exactly know which way it's going to go.
No.
And when you see it play out like this, you're like, wow, this is spectacular, the way that SEN are just handling everything that KC are throwing at them. But I also feel like KC are not actually being able to define the tempo at any point in these rounds.
So you would imagine a timeout comes in after this, and it's like... I mean, it's not even that their plan hasn't been working, it's just they're losing some... They're losing some...
Shows presence, though.
Not unlucky duels, but there's always like an ult that kind of gives them the advantage.
This Astra smoke does
And
make it a
Sentinels
little
are just
difficult
mixing
to
it
do
up
that.
so much. They're like this heavy focus over
Especially
towards
when
middle.
Celsius has the pith online, which is
Basically, when they realize that they're heavy fighting over towards middle, they're
close by
just
situation, probably.
picking one of the
If things get
sides.
dangerous,
It is
perhaps you
essentially
can
what's
save it
happening.
for a rifle.
So it's more just feels like Sentinels are a step ahead, and they kind of, because they won that extra, that fourth round, they've just had the money and the ults in terms of advantage.
It didn't see anybody. Sassy might decide to try to use some Sky Util to pull people back away from the B site before this pop happens. but also that means that there won't be initiator utility.
I'm worried for
in the
K-Corp
site.
in terms of just using a lot of ults into this round. They actually have some good guns, but... Okay, the ults are getting used now.
That's a great punish. It gives them the kill, and it tells them to keep stacking B.
Here we go, Util being forced out of them with Paranoia going flying. The pull on top of it. Tens cannot get through. In fact,
Enz is super low.
20 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean,
with the rocket in his
hyper ult
pocket.
to get out? What
Pretty
the?
monstrous here. Pit just to get themselves out.
I mean, Narrate could
14
definitely
seconds
raise
left.
ult if he wanted to.
Becoming an issue up top. Second, but
Lovely
Narrate,
ult from Narrate though.
2 for 2
Gotta keep
on
an
the
eye on the
way.
time.
Calm and
Got no
cool,
time for
full
this.
control. And no more chances here. No more chances.
Holy, that was insane from Zaken to get 2, but yeah, they just kind of bled him out. To be honest, just fully bled him out. This kill over towards A, as soon as this goes down, they kind of realized that the fake pressure that they wanted to do to pull them off over from B in middle, just Jesus. Oh, he gets 2, and we have the TP up there. That's kind of unlucky.
But the pick that Martin got onto Sassy told them exactly what the play was. And that's what they've been missing the entire time. They've never been able to read what's happening. And even if they
this pick over towards A pretty much decided everything here. And now we gotta really pay attention. Because if K-Corp lose this for Sentinels is gonna be insane high. Like 8-4 kind of high half.
Disrespect from Zekken. It's not for the util.
Dude, I like how Sentinels are playing this though. Like they're so fine losing certain. It feels like they're just playing like real kind of fluid in terms of where are they fighting heavy for? Let's just take wherever they're not fighting heavy for. Like they have a good read on everything that's going on. Like they're taking B main, sure, middle's free. Or what, they're fighting middle, sure. B main and the sides in theory should be free.
He's lurked himself up there, caught that timing. So with that cleared, the rest of his team now regroups and meets him from mid.
Shin is looking very isolated on the A site. Narrate's trying to get into a position where he could help him. Now gets smoked off. That's going to be a danger signal. Alarm bells ringing.
Yep, Tens, ult. Does this a lot.
No, he's like a sign. That creates a lot of pressure. And the Omen ult went in but got cancelled.
Close to the corner, Martin.
Okay, they now know Omen's B main.
Still gets the 1 kill for him, and B main control is there with Thomas. He smokes himself off.
They got
now,
no util.
into the side of Sentinels. 20 seconds left. Nightfall, Paranoia near sighted. Spike drop down. Carmen Core rapidly approaching the position.
Yeah, nicely done. You gotta definitely shout out. Who is this? Martin on site. I think Martin did insanely well.
Finding out what's going on with that constant control of B main. So this time,
yeah, Tamazi as well did great.
That area of the map, gave KC good info.
I didn't actually fully see where he Omen ulted, but he could have Omen ulted over towards A Heaven and got full info. I'm not entirely sure. Easy Knox, thank you with the 12 months. Thank you, thank you.
Could have been very successful for SEN. They decided to pivot in the opposite direction and ended up falling straight into that crossfire from Tamazi and Martin. Zekken ult online though to try and get things back in the hands of Sentinels.
Finally got one person's money low. He ulted on site A and then he just cancelled. Okay, yeah.
Success actually by trying to play for the late round information and the late round picks rather than forcing the fight early on where, you know, we saw Narrate and Martin getting punished in those earlier rounds.
And this is what's been happening, right? Fight over towards middle and then we just hit over towards the side. And
he's going to be in trouble here.
Oh, he knows this guy's back at sight now. Tamazi did really good to get out of there. And they know he's super low.
Evacuation was successful, so Thomasy is alive, and now he's going to be setting his house back up with the orb up. He's got a free walkout into the site, wraps back to the pillar, sees potential connection.
Yeah, they're not going to feel confident to plant on this one. Might have to go for the safe plant. John, oh, that's a nice ult.
Neural theft gives them an idea of where these players might be. The positioning's now highlighted, pointed out. 40 seconds left, but they don't have
it's hard for them to plant here.
Way to play this one and fight this. Doubled up together. The double swing is called. Zelsis finds 2. Flash through.
Martin sent it. They smoked back a sight, blocked vision, and then they pushed through. That was pretty cool.
25 seconds. Tens is going around the world. He's got his knife out trying to make this play happen.
Yeah, and it's weird because Sassy needs to kind of make sound, but they're on top of it because he's been quiet for so long. Ooh.
He's missed the angle.
Oh, and then they focus on the guy back sight. Whoa. Whoa! Shin, another 1v2. He just had no idea. When he found the first guy, probably needs to get info, but it's so hard in the moment. So hard in the moment. This is 2 1v2s for Shin at the moment, though.
But that round as you said, the smallest things. Martin was so aware that a flank was coming through, he just believed that he could spot the head. And then the tap is beautifully timed from Sassy to pull attention away. Tens had no idea where Shin was.
No idea.
Just didn't clear afters.
Yeah, just didn't check in.
KC have won 3 rounds in a row to get themselves back into this. It looked dominant for Sentinels.
And the money is actually low now, so they have to eco the next round if they lose this. And then we inch to go for an all-Omen flash as well on top, and there just, yeah. There is just numbers here. But they've done this one before, so I wonder if this is SEN prep.
That is such a nice play.
Ooh,
and Sentinels have destroyed it.
Yeah, they tried this one before. It is a set round they like to do with the ult.
Looked fantastic when they ran it in EMEA, but with 3 players there from Martin, bit off a little more than he could chew. And Ten's got the punish.
That ain't gonna work. It works when it's like if they're doing a different default, right? That's why I think that Sentinels might have known that they like to do this. Not entirely sure, but it works when you're doing like a normal, like this kind of 1-3-1 default, or just heavy over towards B main, right?
Like Sentinels should be favored.
Should be right. Down already onto the floor. He's caught the backhand of Zekken.
And nobody in behind to try to get the trade.
Spray. Magnum
Still kind of close on this.
Nasty
Wait,
stuff.
narrate
3
is
players moving, pivoting. 40 seconds left. Making their way over towards mid, but they're making all the noise
Yeah,
in the
and
world.
this
It's hot on their heels. He's right
feels
behind
pretty
them,
nice.
making a call for it.
But he can't afford to make noise, so he's got to travel more slowly. And that's allowed Sentinels the timing to be able to get into the site.
And they get the trip as well, and this trip is never going to go off, so they kind of don't have to worry about that angle.
Useful, not going to be comboed obviously with Martins.
It's all about his crossfire setup. First point of contact, close to hell. It's John QT. Boombot will clear him. And actually, his position up top. Celsius takes the fight.
Oh, it was all trying to distract as well for Shin to get this timing.
It's important, Jules.
Now, I feel
no heal. They wanted to heal, and they did a little bit of healing over towards like this box, but they only knew where one was. Right? They only knew where narrate was. I'm pretty sure.
You can feel the tension, man. I mean, how back and forth these two teams
So then
are.
they didn't want to like risk.
It is gutting though for Karmine Corp
and not having their gun out and just getting double killed.
Letting the rounds tick down and playing for kind of late round advantages, and you decide, right, we've won 3 in a row, let's change.
They had info on Astra. Yeah, but I think he could have heavy rotated in terms of the timing. They saw him like relatively early, right?
Even if they all had been, there might still have been a bit too much there for him to deal with. But Eng is now going to call a timeout. We're headed into a tactical pause.
Yeah, and this is
like I said, they tried to adjust
they still have
there.
money,
I
but
feel
it's a
like
lot of
everything
rounds.
they've been doing in the early round, SEN have had the advantage. But it is so difficult to play patiently and slowly with their composition when you don't have a Cypher or a Killjoy or something like that giving you information.
Yeah. Double duelist, I mean, it necessitates, I think, as well, some of those aggressive plays that you see. Because otherwise, you're starved of that mid-round information. You don't have a clue, really, where players might be landing.
They're talking about on K-Corp, probably just needing to get earlier info, I think, in terms of their comp. So maybe fighting heavier over towards middle, B main or A main.
Only the first time out that either of the coaching staffs has taken.
Right.
Yeah, playing things, you know, trusting their team, even when they were down.
Might be a little bit too obvious
5-1,
after the
I believe it
timeout,
was,
so it might be round after next. But
so Eng is now going to have his input. The only head coach at this event who's won a Masters before. Which is madness, but that shows you how new a lot of these teams, rosters, coaches are to the big stage here at Madrid.
yeah.
It was a very unusual qualification process.
Okay, so they managed to get the force buy into it. Not missing too much, so literally just a bulldog, but everything else.
Then, frankly, are kind of representing the old guard here. Sassy, Zelsis.
Yeah, it looks like they want to fight for middle again. I wonder if they're going to go like real aggro, either in this round or late round.
Or ones that happened a long time ago.
Karmine Corp, young and spry, looking to try and take a big scalp early, but got to offset this disadvantage in the rounds. A flash repeat through, stun, a little bit too late.
I like this though. This was really cool. Once they force through their original smoke, they have a fake smoke behind and they flash through, so it's kind of like you clear the first bit of area and then you clear the next bit of the area with the fake Astra smoke. It was really nice, kind of separate the actual jewels off.
Flash connects, second one used now, Sassy, no more left available to
That was a very nice plan on this.
Let's connect, yeah. Stops him in his tracks for just a moment. Smoke, finally. Props up. Provides
Yeah, and
the
they have
side.
no
That's gonna
idea
be
about
putting
B
the finger
main.
of God into them. I think Thomasy just setting that one down, but
Yeah, and they don't get a good
backside's
plant.
been
And
cleared.
K-Corp in the past have been looking really
Plants in the default
good
spot. What's the call now
at
for Sentinels? An
retakes.
aggressive play into
When,
the spawn. Paranoia. Oh my, it's almost perfect. Thomasy though, he's got
At
the
retakes
escape.
with this plant.
Plan down at the back of his head, just a TP away.
And with the ult as well. But I mean, Sentinels know they have to find sight.
Breaks it.
Especially with this ult coming in.
Allowed. The rate already in, leading the charge and through the back, twisting and turning. Tens is brought back up, but it's a 1v3, and now it's got to weave and dodge and juke. Diffuse being stuck by Shin, half on it already. Too much to deal with, too much to deal with.
Whoa, that was a nice try though. That was a nice try. Yeah, this was a really cool idea. Astra ult goes in, most likely they're going to go all the way through, and then just go straight to the back with the double satchel. Everyone else pushes through once they're distracted on this.
What a retake from KC.
Yeah, K-Corp are really good at these B retakes, especially when the plant is here. I loved this though, right? You're starting to see once they realized that the util came in terms of like the Skydog, that they then just flashed all the way through that fake smoke, just to separate the first person in terms of the duel and then get out of there.
Cosmic Divide, the flash through with the double blast pack, perfection. They have a chance to be able to tie this up at the half.
Wouldn't that be something after that blistering pace the SEN have just come out the gates with? But almost equalized.
And with a major tool in their back pocket with regards to Narrate's ultimate. We've seen Sentinels run some of these slow rounds. And in fact, it was a bit of an eco when Narrate used his showstopper before to be able to get success.
Presence, prior conditioning by SEN here. Usually there's a player following up, usually Zekin with the Trailblazer.
This time, though, the Prowler not catching onto anybody until it hits Sassy. So I think
Martin might get a duel here.
Isn't where
Yeah.
Zekin's going for. Martin! Wow. He tries to go for the info peak. Punished.
He's just trying to get out from middle, to be honest, because the vision got blocked, so he didn't know if anyone was pushing over towards middle. And then in an ideal world, K-Corp needed to try double peek it.
Spot, but what do they choose to commit into? A call again made to just contact through.
You do not want to give a timing here for Narrate to pop his ult.
Good luck to Shin on sight.
Nade rebounding. Satchels now in towards the back of the side.
What a beast, bro. He's playing insanely well.
That's 3 in a round. Rocket might not even be necessary. Narrate. Fuse running out. Doesn't know where to fire it. Pre-fire into the corner. That is ridiculous. And now just Tens.
I mean, maybe.
Disconnecting, snapping the cord and the tether. The seas. Not there with a power.
Nicely handled. Shin, by the way. Shin, triple kill in this one when he had to, and 2 1v2s.
Powered by an excellent timeout as well.
That's insane impact.
Both of the smokes
3K?
players, I say both, I suppose Thomas, she's also playing smokes, but Shin and Tens up towards the top of the scoreboard. And Shin with a perfect cap put on the end of that.
Absolutely impeccable stuff from the anchoring position. Now earlier we heard from the Rate a little bit before this match as well, heading into things.
It's the same guy from yesterday. That's right. Double controller even good from them here. Their comp's nice. So I kind of laugh when I see a lot of people talking about like the fact that Astra needs a buff, because Astra Yoru is a disgusting combo. Whether it's just the ults or like what we saw over towards middle in terms of like fake smoke and flash.
Me personally, like every game that we played,
like it's a good comp.
Flying here, but again, no connections. Martin towards the back. Trying to go wide here.
Astra's a little bit underrated at the moment.
He's on one. Almost there for the ace, but 4 kills eventually shut down in the end, but 7-0.
Merci to the French fans. I appreciate everybody for coming out. It's incredible that so many French fans come to Madrid just to watch us play a video game. It's really an incredible thing, and I can't thank you guys more.
Arena certainly filling up with quite a lot of that. The cheers from the blue wall. You can hear it building, emanating.
And with all of the success that Zekin had on the attack side playing Raze, now our eyes are going to look towards Narrate, who you just heard from. And Martin together, the double-pronged tip of the spear. Does that make it more of a fork, I suppose, the Carmine Core 2-pronged fork?
Double controller, double duelist, yes.
I think it does look better on the attack side and the retakes. You know, not so much in that mid-round.
This is going to be interesting, because I imagine K-Corp are going to be doing a lot of A-Heaven control, and that's kind of what I'm looking for in this one. Problem for them is their A site has just looked like kind of on lockdown when they play someone on site. Whether it's John or whether it's Tens doing a smoke that kind of blocks vision here and here. Like, the person back of sight on A just seems to get so much when I watch Sentinels play defense.
What does this half look like?
TP goes in as well, so they create fake pressure over towards B.
Scenes from the previous half of how slow going it was just off the rip.
All of this is all
Vision block.
to allow
Prowler.
to mostly try to take
Double
space
Prowler.
away.
Really trying to push this one through middle when it's a 4-person crunch on middle. Damn, they did great. They did great to get 2. They really did. Yeah, be happy with that. And they get a lot of info.
On the ropes, and now the sound cues betraying them.
John deciding whether or not to swing, tried to find a timing, didn't quite manage it. Tens still with Paranoia, so they still have flash nade to be able
Martin
to
all
put
the way
pressure on
back
these
here as
elbow
well, the
players.
TP.
Martin, though, is very far away. Do they anticipate this?
Miles away.
Yeah, Martin is in the pulse to win this.
Triples are broken, they're walking all the way in again.
Flash still.
Opens himself up, just showing himself at the back. Nade rebounds, Paranoia now.
Yeah, well, this is up to Martin.
There's going to be any sort of follow-up from behind. Martin.
Oh, he got the kill on sight.
It's all up to John. Low enough, dodges the flash, expecting and anticipating. But
Wait, the trip's actually
two
gonna...
players to deal with. The reposition is
Yeah, man, the rate is... The rate was insanely good there to get an extra kill.
Be more than happy with it.
Like, the first original kill, I really didn't have him down to get that.
I think they looked...
At least we got a pistol each.
You could see that they had a clear game plan going into it. That got disrupted a little bit by the camera. Their team was thinking about calling the audible and going to punish the players in mid. They decided, no, let's just commit to sight, play a post plan. When Martin's
Had his chance.
Even though he was
Gotta
tripped
say,
off,
there was a
ended up
chance
being
there.
really important. Let's go! That pistol means so much. You were tied 6-6. You've taken the lead for, I think, the first time in this map.
Feeling of control returning a little bit for Carmine Court. Too used to being on the back foot. Hasn't happened too much.
To the
No,
camera?
and it's
if they
another
do
one
the
of these
camera?
rounds where we're just seeing both teams rotate around away from each other.
Oh.
Narrate.
Hunting. Yeah, he's hunting.
Yeah, and he
You
can
smell
farm this
the
a little
blood
bit.
in the water.
Doesn't want to give him a
Back
judge,
down,
though.
wants a little bit more as well. Just some stray
Especially
warning
second
shots
alive with
popped
double
off.
satchel.
It would be a major ultimate to try to get up.
That's part of the reason why he's playing so aggressive.
And I think the other reason is both of these teams want to play disruptive against the other team's retakes. You see them on paper, both of these teams have ridiculous retake win percentages, especially on split. So trying to play aggressive and catch timings in the post plant, one of the best ways to disrupt that.
Hello.
That's an anticipation from John Cutie, though.
Expecting it. Surely no danger though in the round.
I don't believe so. I
Could
think these
throw it to
players
Zek and then he
just
could
like
try and
spike.
do
They
double
do not
satchel
wanna
play,
start
but looks like they're just going to
the
all
old
go
cycle
down.
going for KC. It's disciplined. It's a good call.
Yeah. Not enough time there. Everybody going down.
Martin did actually manage to
Yeah,
pick up a
Martin
kill,
managed to get a
he
kill
was
there.
nowhere near getting the ult online. So this is going to be a pretty dry bonus round with some good weaponry, but no danger particularly coming from the ultimate side of things. We've seen KC not really rely on too many of their set play ideas here. They threw kind of one in, two, I suppose. The B retake, and then that aggression with the Euro ultimate and the paranoia. But on their attack
It looks
side,
like a similar thing that they
we
wanted to
could
do
still
on the
see
pistol,
a
right?
lot of
Fake
new stuff
TP,
that
then they
KC
go
have
over
cooked
towards
up
middle.
versus Madrid.
KC being one of the more creative teams that we've got at this event, really innovating in terms of just the compositions, even ways to
Absolutely.
counter-strat. Got up through there with a flash prowler.
Oh, does
Through the
he?
snake bite. They do not care, and Tens
Yeah,
just taking a
and
peek
he
there from
might.
heaven. Punished.
I was going to say, it's going to bounce back at him.
But lucky.
Just gets
Gets
out, they give
away.
mid-control, they
High
get a
Kevin
kill
gets
with no
right behind
reply,
us,
and
the
that's
right.
big. Shin? Dude, Zelsis is going to get wrecked,
Sentinels
right?
Trying to apply pressure with these peaks in B heaven. The first
Oh
one got
my
punished.
god, he's in a rough
Zelsis
spot.
Also looking for information, seeing if he can catch somebody. It's a little worrying here if John QT gets pushed away.
It's really
Shin
worrying.
Almost taking the fight.
There it is.
Big
Walking right
Joe.
into it. Good crosshair
Now
placement
what?
from Celsius, and he recognizes it as a threat coming from behind. Satchel through. John What is that?
That was sick, bro. That was sick.
Nasty.
Yeah, Zelsis went down, but he got the most important kill out of the 1v1 duel.
Left to stand here for Carmen Court.
Did they hear these guys in middle?
Look at this flank. This is really nice from Zekken and Sassy. It's going to be unexpected.
30 seconds left.
Magnum's stuck in the middle of the map. He doesn't know where to go here.
Magnum, I like this from John, though. The low HP duel, really important. Yeah, it's so important. 4 HP with the spike. Did they manage to catch the Omen? Yes, they do, just in time. 4 HP. Let's see. Let's see it. Whoa. Whoa.
Magnum, he missed it. Has to stick it again.
Oh, boss man. He lost a good amount of potential of where he could be.
He might not have time now to reposition. Backing to the pillar, fast through Satchel in the back.
Yeah, and the comms came in terms of how low HP he was. And honestly, him messing up the plant there does mean that he can't, like him being alive, him getting the plant instantly would have created so many more question marks of where he could be. That's unlucky. It's still good damage though in terms of the eco, in terms of the bonus. Just means we get a huge, huge spacing,
not quite there. Now John's aim,
someone else can't buy.
And the spray control too to be able to pick up the second.
Yeah. Everyone that can't buy next, Magnum has his ult.
But KC are gonna need
So there's that. At least Magnum has his ult with the plant, the kill, and the death.
Be able to keep this advantage.
Okay, Cooper.
Building up.
Yeah, it looks like they want to just go straight over towards here. We've got the star, which creates the pressure in terms of A. That's how they block the vision of them going over towards A heaven. And Fade ult goes in. Sassy does get hit by it.
Going wide, Sassy. There is danger here for him. He's tucked in a
Oh,
very
he's dead.
He's dead. Follow up, yeah, he can't see or hear. Bloody thing. Narrate already into the back of the side. Magnum now with the plant. And Narrate wants to go hunting for a little bit more this time, aware of it. Both of these teams trying to disrupt that retake potential, and it's only just equalizing now 4-2-4. How does this get played? Into the post plant, players close up, into the position still with the paranoia available. Flash through, now the paranoia, it's there, spraying forwards, gate crash.
Oh man, they did so much damage as well. Martine's low. Shin needs to go hero again. Yeah, that's not enough.
Weaving tens forwards, this is relentless.
Yeah, a little bit of like Narrate just wants to just try and make a play there, even though he's done enough. That's the issue.
They've been tearing apart the KC players in terms of duels taken. And you see the difference in style there. Really solid awareness to be able to.
He nearly got the timing.
He
actually nearly got the timing.
Something now that SEN are expecting. But in terms of just also the duels won, and TenZ is swinging. Not completely alone, but certainly going
How to anti this retake. I mean, they nearly did it, right? With the smoke close and then flash through. If they had the numbers, it would have been fine. They could have done like the flash through off the contact. That would have like worked a lot better. But instead, they just had to kind of gamble with the timing of it.
Such a high degree between these
That's a big round to lose as well. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and over towards A ramp. But do they know this guy's A heaven? There is so much going on at the same time. There's a duel over towards A heaven and. Okay. Meanwhile, while this has gone on, we have a secret agent who's just walked all the way through over towards A heaven. They killed one, but they didn't see him, so they have no idea that he's here. John is on top of it. Respect. Good comms that there was the potential of maybe this could happen.
Sentinels deal with that. It was scrappy, but they came out to the good in mid. That was absolute chaos.
Dude, we have another round really early on where Sentinels get a lot of money.
When things get really messy, look at TenZ here. The way that he plays around all of the smokes and decides to go.
He's aware of that. I think it's. I'm not even sure if someone called it over towards A site. They might have that would have the timing. But I think John there is literally just like, if he was down bottom and middle, he would have, as in the other guy, he would have swung in the chaos to try and get a trade. So that's when he's starting to think that maybe someone took a timing. The comms might have been good as well. Oh, we go fast, but he ate the molly. Yeah, he ate the molly. Zelsis is one of the madder Vipers that I see in middle. He likes playing in this area. Skydog goes in over towards B, clears a lot of that so they can take the early angle, but they did hear the dog like jump here, so they want to retake over towards B main.
Very sharp.
I mean, they're going to expect him. They're probably going to expect him at this angle. Let's see how they handle it.
Don't really have that advantage. Maybe just
Double swing.
fake some presence with Marty on the other side of the site, but a jiggle is good from Sassy. He gets that information now. Gets himself back. Sentinel's not really biting that one. Already to full rotation. Coming through. But time to spare for Carmine Court.
Yeah, okay, so they cut sound. Pulls them back over towards A.
Onto John Cudy's setup. He knows that there's a Cypher playing here. He knows where
They at least baited the sound like they might have run away to seeing if anyone's going to push as well, and this gives them more options now. They've inserted one over towards mid, one over towards A. But these two on B need to do a lot. And we have a guy backside who's been playing here because he knows that the ult was here. Yeah, nicely done. The convincing buy round from Sentinels here. You've got to shout out Zelsis though. Zelsis did very good at middle.
Martin has any chance in this round now. Just got to give it up. Waiting at the sidelines now, and the team going to be simmering.
Economy crushed.
Yeah, economy is wrecked.
This is where SEN are starting to pull away. And it's not based on the
retake. On the second pistol, K-Corp did. It's 1-1 pistols.
Level of aggression from KC.
Yeah, I mean, K-Corp here are just really banking that there's no one back of sight, basically. But I'm pretty sure once the nade came in over towards B, and they did the initial B, like, prod, Second did really good to realize that they have an Astra ult and they could go back sight. Because K-Corp also in like a mid-round had done this earlier where I feel like they faked with the Astra ult and then go over towards A. Pretty sure we'd seen that. K-Corp actually have a lot of similarities with their ult rounds, which is a little bit worrying.
They did look a little bit shaky, I would
say. A bit similar to Gambit, to be fair.
I don't think it was the best
Maybe that's the
performance
coach
we've seen from KC. Today looks a bit cleaner, but how are they going to perform in the big moments, the ones that test you and add all of that mental weight?
The split cam here, yeah, it's sick.
You outside of that EMEA finals, there really hasn't been anything bigger. Think about the stakes of this one. You win this series, you book the ticket to the playoffs. Not just a couple of days rest, but listen, that's preparation time. That's you going through as presumably a bit of the higher seed.
And that's dodging the other sharks in the water.
Oh yeah, that lower, I mean, we call it a lower bracket, but I mean, the losing teams, there are no bad teams.
Eco got the backup judge. It looks like they're gonna put the Razor into this one, and they kind of do need a hero round, and I'm kind of fine with this. Money's out of control for Sentinels. We've got one kill for Zelsis, gives him an ult. One kill for Martina and Orb, gives him a... Really thought they were gonna go aggro, or they just wanted to... There goes the ult. At least he didn't pop it. Yeah, I like the change up though.
Through into the back of the site. Kamakor going to be given this one. What's the call now? Grouped up. Looks like get ready to try and take this fight. Shorty. Close flash. Actual great movement. Zekken is blinded up entirely there. Couldn't see a bloody thing.
Lunatic. Absolute lunatic, man. That's so sick, bro. I love watching players like this. It's incredible. Who does that stuff?
This kind of pressure is way too much, and even Shin spotted out. Poor Shin.
Oh, what an absolute monster, man. Just pure confidence. This was such a good raise round. Like, this is such a good raise round. Just instinct, just instant decision making. It's so sick. Yeah, when he gets the full blind, when he eats the flash and he satchels back, and then we have the Omen flash call. Like, I would love to hear the comms of who called that. Because I guess Ten says that he's got a flash and he wants to do it, and he just says yes, let's send it. That's very nice. This is what I like about Sentinels. I mentioned it in one of the videos I did earlier. The fact that they hate sitting around and waiting for everyone to exec on them. They'll do like little plays to go aggro. Nice. Gotta be Tens with that one? Yeah, you would imagine so. It's probably asking if he wants to do it and just yeah. Okay, empty site, one kill trip. There's the kill trip.
Set that one up. Rocket forwards. Everybody narrowly avoiding, just dodging away from it. Fuse running out. Second damage.
Big Joel.
Big damage. Sassy though, he's regrouped and refound that angle.
Shin's got to get that trade, I think. Oh man, Shin has to somehow go insanely huge.
Seeking to do some damage and take some risks, potentially tear away a couple of these players.
Not even going to go away around.
Disadvantaged. This is SEN looking all the way now, set up.
Oh, Sky Dog goes into clear close fast because we had the flash here to create pressure. And then we Omen flash in and we satchel. No, Omen flash hits. Oh, man. They're so good at this map, it's not even fair. It's actually not even fair. It is by far the best split we've ever seen. It's not fair. It is. It's not even close, man. We've never seen a split this good. It's not even close.
To describe it. They put pressure over towards ramp, grab a kill. They
Four
back
chances.
off. They dog out through heaven. They have this kill trip to be able to set up at the start too. They then have another paranoia.
Why did K-Corp not ban this map? I talked about it a little bit earlier in my pick'ems, where they had kind of got, at least I think I did, or maybe it was earlier in the stream, where they had got like some wins on split, so maybe they felt like they were actually a little bit better. Whereas if I look at K-Corp against Fnatic on split, I felt like so K-Corp Fnatic, I felt like K-Corp outplayed them on Lotus, but then I feel like Fnatic lost split, so they might feel like they're actually better than they are on this map. Could be the issue. It's kind of where I sit from it. The other maps are going to be insanely close as a straight up cleanup now. They're too good at this map, I'm telling you. Man, that was beautiful to watch. That was beautiful to watch.
What outrageous